storyboard. I'm Shabani Gharat. Canon India has launched a new live office in Mumbai, which the company claims will improve customer experience. The latest development comes as a part of Canon's 2023 growth strategy, transformation across domains. To tell us more about this, Canon India's plans for the India market, we are catching up with Manabu Yamazaki, President and CEO, Canon India, in their new live office. He also throws in some light on smartphone cameras with advanced modules. How are they impacting their camera business? Listen in. So tell us about this concept of live office and why did you decide to launch it?
Live office is simply put a showroom where people are working. So we have the whole display of our pretty much entire lineup, mostly flagship products, symbolic products, so that people understand what we do.
We are sitting in Bombay, and is it going to be across your offices in the country? And how will it work for the brand?
This is a format, so this is the first launch, and it will be replicated very soon in Kolkata, and then moving on to other locations.
And also your headquarters in...
Yes, I'm looking forward for that.
You're looking forward for that. We are also speaking to each other right at the start of the financial year. So going forward, what will be your key focus areas in the coming months?
It's very hard for me to single out one product group to say that this is the focus area, because we have multiple product offerings. But a couple things I can say is that we just last week and the week before, we've just launched close to 25 different new products, and before that even as well. So quite a few new products are coming. We're ready to roll these all out, and these are mainstream products. But other than that, we have some new product category that we haven't really exposed so much of in the Indian market. So we're going to focus on that too.
When we knew of Canon, it was always an association with camera, but it has moved beyond camera to more to do with printing and imaging solutions as well. So how has the brand evolved? And today, if I were to ask you, how do you want Canon to be perceived in the country?
Right. We have successfully evolved into a kind of a solution level company. So we would like to take this course further by stretching our product offering further into imaging space, the likes of surveillance systems, or likes of broadcasting cameras, the likes of pan tilt zoom camera, like the one that you're seeing in this office too. There are so many new categories that we'd like to introduce into this new market in India.
And what are the kind of solutions that you have for enterprises, for your enterprise clients?
Right. For example, the printing systems, we have many new things together with the software to manage the entire document portfolio for you seamlessly, whether you're at a remote location or you're in office, without physically touching the product. So those are the products that we'd like to share with more of an SNS spaces or other locations, as well as I mentioned, surveillance camera systems, or the fixed system to monitor.
Sure.
So monitor and do some video analytics for more digitized space and control of the information. Yeah. So those are the things that we are introducing.
And I believe you joined Canon or took charge of Canon 2 years, correct me if I'm wrong, 2 years ago. Interesting time to join an organization.
Yeah,
what has been, your journey so far, and what are the learnings from the past 2 years, and how has it helped you form a perspective, shape the strategy for Canon, going forward?
Right. At the time of my joining Indian operation, it was right in the middle of Delta wave. So we had a lot of strife in keeping the operations intact. But we've learned to live with it, and we've adopted the technologies to make sure that we're able to stay functional away or anywhere we are. So that gave me some insights about building something new, converting the spaces we own into something more practical. And that really prompted me to design the live office concept for us. And this is some concept that I saw in China. My previous tenure was in China. And I had some experiences converting offices into similar setup. So I wanted to bring this into India to make it happen. So I think we learned about how to work in adverse situations. We learned to live with these strifes, and we've come out of it. And now we're ready to really go very physical and aggressive with it.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, our introduction to brand Canon was through cameras. Over the past couple of years, we have seen how smartphone cameras have become even more refined, and the smartphone cameras have evolved. Hasselblad, Leica, ZS branded camera modules have become such a common thing.
Sure.
How has it really impacted your camera business?
In two ways. I think what we used to call compact camera, they have actually declined in scale of business. It's still there, but it's rather small compared to the previous time. Whereas the mirrorless cameras or cinematography that combines the videography into still photography, they're actually on the rise, because probably two of the reasons. One is probably business-oriented usages. You have this big space of OTT over the top, the internet stations, as well as the cinema industry, as well as a religious institute, which will need to broadcast. So they've all started taking up all these equipments to upgrade their system instead of going to the smartphones. And then the consumers, per se, they have probably found this new joy of doing something on their own for better photography or for better videography on their own, and uploading and sharing with people. These things can be done seamlessly as well with our equipment. So as a result, our sales for these product segments have been on the rise, and we're just trying to catch up with the demand for the time being.
But also, when it comes to filmmaking, for example, which is also like filmmakers use Canon devices, but also now these smartphone makers have been, collaborating with filmmakers and has been a part of, their launch presentations over the past many years. Your thoughts on this, like using a smartphone camera instead of a highly technical equipment and presenting it as like a pro device to the consumers?
I think in order to produce a large screen videography or cinematography, you need high-end lenses to capture the image in details. And these fine-tuning really requires a lot of technical inputs and technical capabilities. The smartphones only come with the smaller size lenses. That probably requires further refinement to reach the level of those professional equipments. And of course, there are innovations happening day-to-day basis, and so does that innovation to our product offerings. So it is, I think, a constant learning process for us to see what will be the optimum product mix for us to offer in this different diverse group of needs there, and a diverse type of products being offered there.
Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
It is time for a short break. On the other side, we have Vadam founder Bala Sarda speaking about how has the brand grown and evolved and what's next for this global Indian brand.